Well, actually, I got offered a lot of films after Lock, Stock. Although we were being offered sort of formidable Hollywood big-budget movies.
You know, they've wanted you to do some films like Charlie's Angels and some big-budget movies. Why have you decided not to go that route?
Yeah, I just thought I think it was a good idea for my next film to make something that was humble in budget that I had control of.
In 1999, he went from an anonymous amateur to the director in highest demand in all of Britain. His debut picture was nominated for a BAFTA in the Best Film category, while he was already writing his next script.
I felt confident, because that was received well, that I could have another stab at that genre, whatever that genre was. I knew what I was doing there.
It was, without a question, it was the right film to have made, instead of going making a big job.
Yeah, Hollywood does have a very good at cheering people up, really.
So pay attention to what you're doing.
Of course, we've been knocked for making a film that's too similar to the first.
Enough already!
But I think, on balance, there's no question that was the right decision.
Could have been a shite sight worse.
Snatch was an ideological continuation of the history of criminal London.
London? Yes, London. You know, fish, chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather, Mary fucking Poppins, London.
And despite there being no connection to his previous reel, it was exactly what investors had been waiting for.
We know that. That's exactly why we're here.
Snatch was sort of all the other stories that I couldn't fit in Lock, Stock.
Yeah. I was going out with a Jewish girl at the time. I loved their family, and I had this whole subcultural thing going on, and that's where the idea came from for using the whole Jewish thing. It's about a load of subcultures, you know, diamond dealers, Irish gypsies, bare-knuckle boxers, and the sort of underground gambling world. The thread that runs through the film that pulls everything together is follows the trajectory of a diamond, which is an 84-carat stone, which is travelling from Antwerp to New York and gets lost in London.
The dog. The dog must have had it.
I stuck to Snatch, which took me 3 months to write with the, as I say, what was left in the tank of the sort of Lock, Stock days.
Hopefully it's not Lock, Stock and Three Smoking Barrels, but, you know, it's in the same vein.
What the fuck did you expect? A grease down and a shiatsu?
This time, he and Matthew Vaughn easily raised £7 million for their budget and started casting.
Every day's a battle, and the filmmaking itself is the war.
Defeat is not an option.
The first to join the project were old friends Jason Statham, Jason Fleming, and Vinnie Jones.
Bonjour.
You know, they're all working for not a lot of money, and they were all staying in pretty shabby accommodation. And all that considered, they were all a fucking good laugh from beginning to end.
Guy was able to snatch 2 Hollywood stars as well. Benicio del Toro.
Well, I was a big fan of Usual Suspects, big fan of him in that.
I'll take it.
And Brad Pitt.
Biggie. And of course, Mr. Brad Pitt makes an appearance. Was he good in the audition?
I got a call from Brad Pitt's agent, saying, Brad would like to meet you, he likes Lock, Stock.
I actually called up Guy.
And I couldn't think of a bigger, more impressive movie star to me than Brad Pitt.
Actually, I remember writing out Guy to asking him to direct a film that he wanted to do, which Guy said, no, I won't do, but I've got a script which I'm writing at the moment, there might be something in it for you.
You know, as soon as I met him, I thought, well, if he wants to be in my next movie, he's got to be in my next movie.
There's nothing in it for him, and fucking hell, I've got Brad Pitt saying he wants to work with us.
Since it wasn't feasible to disguise Brad as a Londoner because of his American accent, it was physically impossible to give him someone's part.
The guy came up with the idea of him playing the Irish gentleman who lives in a caravan.
And rewrote it so that Pitt became the center of the story.
Now, there is a problem with pikers or gypsies.
What are you doing, Potter? Get out the way back.
Can't really understand much of what is being said.
You got accent coaches and all of that. It was becoming a bit dry. And the day before I said he wasn't very happy with his accent. I wasn't very happy with his accent. I said, I think we should have a bit more fun with this.
Yeah, what about how you say?
The unfortunate thing about Brad's accent is that he had some of the best lines in the film, and of course no one can appreciate any of them.
Sony was the studio at the time. That was their principal concern was, you know, they had Brad Pitt in a movie and no one could understand a word that he was saying.
Right. It's just terrible partial to the Periwinkle Blueberries.
By the way, he's saying she's terribly partial to the Periwinkle Blue boys.
Have I made myself clear, boys?
Yeah, that's perfectly clear, Mickey, yeah.
The legendary accent goaded critics, who had complained about the incomprehensible dialects of the characters from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Hey, you fucking bitch!
Another famous actor of the highest order who almost joined the film was Sean Connery. He was intrigued by the Snatch script and the role of Bricktop. It made him want to watch Ritchie's first film. Matthew Vaughn organized a private screening for the actor. During the film, Connery leaned over to Vaughn and whispered, "This is a good film, and you're not going to be able to afford me."
Now, fuck off.
Even without Connery, Guy's leadership attracted a wonderful team. Alan Ford got his part by chance.
What?
He had already tried out for the part twice, but after Sean passed, went back a third time.
Didn't put my lenses in, and Guy Ritchie said, "I like the glasses. We'll get you some special glasses made." That's when I knew I had the job.
He was the barman in Lock, Stock, who only had a sentence in Lock, Stock, but he's a bit of class, Alan Ford.
Now fuck off.
But the coincidences didn't stop there. In the 90s, Stephen Graham was content playing supporting roles on TV where he was often limited to a few lines.
I met Stevie I made a short film called The Hard Case, and a taxi turned up. An actor got out the back, and Stevie happened to be in a car. I thought Stevie was driving a car, and then he started taking the mickey out of some of our actors.
Oi, pretty boy. You want to stay handsome, you do some man tells you. Now go catch the bus.
His Cockney accent was like spectacular, and to try and do an authentic London accent is almost impossible if you're not from London.
What's wrong with this one?
And so I ignored the mate that he came with for the job. We relegated him and put Stevie in, who I thought was a minicab driver.
So anything can happen. Anything can happen, and mostly does there.
Did you understand a single word of what he just said?
Something that sets apart Ritchie's directing process is friendship and fun on the set.
Okay. Getting closer, really.
Heavy! Shut up and sit down, you big bald fuck.
The filming was more of a laugh on this one than it was on Lock, Stock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be taken as a serious filmmaker on this one. I failed.
Did have a shade.
Well, the intention was to make this one non-comedic, but you know, it didn't work out like that. I don't know why, but no one would take me very seriously.
There's something very wrong with this.
And to stay organized, Ritchie came up with a system of fines.
When we first started making music videos, I found the most efficient way of making sure things got done was to fine people.
It included fines for being late, ringing phones, sleeping, rudeness, complaints, whining, and of course, lack of humor.
Not a problem.
But in the end, yeah, the fining system just turned into a hoax and a reason to have a laugh.
I'm going to fine you every day that you don't have a sheet of fines. All right. Okay? Yeah, £10 a day. All right. All right.
Do you get £10 a day?
It got to the point where a slow administrator was rebuked for not putting out the paper cups quickly enough on the snack table. As for the snacks themselves, Matthew Vaughn got an earful.
Do you think it was appropriate to supply economy biscuits and snacks for the actors, you cheapskate bastard? That's the bit I put in.
Said that this time there'd be proper trailers, proper food, proper conditions, lobster thermidor at lunch. Not at all.
What are they like? Potato sandwiches, man, if we were lucky.
Do you think that's worthy of giving us economy biscuits to eat while we're working for you?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah?
No one complained apart from you.
That's not strictly true, actually, Matt.
I'll ask him.
Everyone complains.
Once shooting started, Guy was faced with the behavior of Hollywood actors for the first time. And we're not talking about Brad Pitt. In the very first scene, Benicio del Toro made it clear that he was going to play the role as he saw fit.
Booby, I probably know a lot you don't.
Ritchie spent 10 minutes explaining and showing how he wanted Frankie Four Fingers to act during the robbery, after which Benicio nodded and did something completely different. By the way, in this scene, he beats up
poor old director of photography.
Where is the stone?
This is the poor chap that got drowned in the beginning of Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels by Barry the Baptist.
Are you gonna pay?
He always takes a kicking.
There is also another interesting detail in the opening scene, an allusion to the film Reservoir Dogs. In the beginning of Tarantino's film, the robbers discuss Madonna's song Like a Virgin.
It's all about this Coos, who's a regular fuck machine. I'm talking morning, day, night, afternoon. Dick, 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 dick.
At the beginning of Snatch, the robbers are discussing the actual Virgin Mary.
You understand this? It was the virgin that caught people's attention. It's not every day a virgin conceives and bears a son.
There are a few more stories tying Madonna to this film. According to rumor, Guy had to pay $1 million to use Lucky Star, just so that Bullet Tooth Tony could say,
"Oh, I love this track."
Where Vinnie Jones acquired a love for that song becomes apparent to observant viewers just minutes earlier. It was playing when Tony caught a bullet in the tooth.
You're in trouble now.
The scene with the robbery of the betting shop is not as absurd as it may seem at first.
Fish, what are you doing up there? What does it look like I'm doing up here?
It's just not what you want to do after lunch, mate.
Since Ritchie wrote it using real facts about the most unsuccessful London crimes.
Almost instantly, he finds himself in trouble. All he has to do is pull the door open, but for some reason, he thinks he has to push it.
It won't open because it's a security door.
What the fuck are you two doing?
Addy I met in a paint shop back in probably 92, I should think. I thought, whoever that guy is, if I ever make a movie, I'm going to put that guy in a movie.
Leave him alone. He's a natural. Into Tyrone.
I'm sorry.
Lenny James connected so deeply with the stupidity and unluckiness of his character that it stuck to him. Having shot a shotgun which recoiled into his nether regions, he finished the scene like a professional. Guy decided to leave those exact scenes in the final version, but Soul's unluckiness continued to follow Lenny as he was involved in another accident. The first dog which was brought on set by the trainers got over anxious and started to bite the actor.
Bo, yeah. Apparently it was a film dog, which means that it's film friendly and trained well. I've never come across such an ill-disciplined dog as that one. They were locked in this car and the dog took a real shine to Robbie, and if Robbie was without support, physical support from anyone, the dog would always recognise the opportunity of taking advantage of poor Robbie. And the poor lads were somewhat peeved by the time we managed to open the doors. Wasn't much left of their clothes.
Throw that dog as well. Get that dog. Get the dog off.
Yeah, the dog trainers, of which there were 5, consoled us that the dog would obey every command that we gave it to. Straight on his nads, and it did actually get the end of his cock. And the only thing that saved Lenny's penis was his mobile telephone. No, Lenny took it like a true.
Lenny was alright, but it was until he got to his agent, and so that's why we had to change the dog.
That's a good job that was there.
Thankfully, James was unhurt, but that was the end of the acting career for a Staffordshire Bull Terrier named Bo. During editing, something which deserves a separate mention in all of Ritchie's films. On the 11th of August 2000, Guy and Madonna welcomed a son, Rocco. 3 weeks later, Snatch premiered in British movie theaters, and Guy spent 3 months traveling and promoting it all over the world. The picture earned $84 million worldwide at the box office, and despite a lack of serious awards, is considered a classic of British cinema.